All right. Hey, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Hey, Rebecca. How are you? How are you, Rebecca? Ooh, I don't know why something so cool feels so, like I'm nervous. I don't know why, but that's how it feels right now. But hopefully going forward, it will be, more natural and more, you know, whatever it needs to be. I don't know what my oh, hold on one second, Rebecca. Here. Let's see. This thing. Let me see if I can fix that. Okay, there it go. Okay, there we go. So how's everything going, for you since you did the relocation and made some changes in your life? Yeah, I hope so. It's that, Friday. Happy Friday, by the way, too. Happy Friday. Yes. Yes. People should be coming in a minute. We'll see what's going on. I got a little topic down there in the chat. And I just think, we'll just hang out for a minute and see, who else is going to come in. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. One good way to look at it. You just gotta roll with it, because it is what it is. Carry on, Candace. Hi, Candace. Good to see you here. Rebecca's on. I'm sure you probably don't know Rebecca because we just barely met, a day or two ago. So it is good to see you. And Rebecca has been with me since the very beginning. And so I'm really grateful about that. And um, just learning how to, you know, do what I feel like I love right now. And as we get into it today, hi, Debbie Sue. Debbie Sue knows Candace. Yeah, as we get into it today, you'll kind of see and understand um, where I am right now and what's going on with me. This feels kind of good. It's I'm nervous, but it feels so good to have new people in my life. New people in my life. It is so beautiful and amazing. I'm in a place where with you all that I never thought I would be, you know. So how you feeling, Debbie Sue? I know, Rebecca, thank you too, because I didn't know. I was like, ooh, I'd never done anything like this before. And oh my God, what is it gonna be like? Am I really gonna be able to help other people? But I'm learning that I am actually helping others. Some people have checked in and asked questions and even verbalized that I am helping. So that makes me feel good because that is a goal. You okay? You're a little bit tired, Debbie Sue. Yeah, Debbie Sue, but you're doing good. So, Rebecca, Debbie Sue has the best stories ever. She is an excellent writer, excellent creator of these stories. They make you feel like cozy and comfortable and relaxed, like you want to have a hot cup of hot chocolate or a good cup of tea. It is so awesome. You got to check Debbie Sue out. You're going to really love her channel, Rebecca. Trust me. Jackie, hey Jackie. Jackie is here. Good to see you, Jackie. You're welcome. You're welcome, Debbie Sue. I really mean that from my heart. Is Your channel is just amazing, and I get those when you put them up. I get them in the morning, and it's like a beautiful way to start the morning off. I don't want to give it away too much because I want people that don't know or haven't been on your channel to go over there and see what you got going. Oh my goodness. Nice to see you too, Jackie. I'm just hanging out. There's Maureen, my beautiful friend Maureen. I'm trying to give people, opportunity to get on and stuff before we get to talking about stuff. So, Maureen, we're just checking in right now. Oh, look at living full my gutless journey. Now, talk about a beautiful ostomy. This woman is something else. She's so natural and easy to watch, and she just brings her bloopers and her experience, and it's just really great to be on her channel and to see what life is like for her, living with an ostomy. So thank you for coming in, lady. It is so good to see you. And Maureen, my beautiful friend, Maureen and I have been trying to figure out how to come on live together side by side and share about our journeys and kind of talk to one another, in your presence and engage with you as well. But we haven't figured it out. We did a trial run that went kind of wonky, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it, and we're gonna come live together and share with you all. So, Maureen, you say you out running errands, preparing for the storm. Oh wow, storm coming up. I'm just using regular YouTube, Jackie. That's it. Okay, cool. We're gonna try tonight. That's really cool. On YouTube, you have to do a invite. Okay, so maybe you could give me some instructions in an email or something, Jackie, because Maureen and I, we just women of a particular age and not so savvy, I'll say. Ice, Maureen, you're saying, wow, storms. I don't know. We have in here in California, we have a lot of rain sometimes, but it doesn't get like um to the place where we have to be shut in or doing any types of evacuations in some places, but down here I call it the bottom where I live, and so we're not experiencing that right in this space. So Maureen, you're talking about StreamYard. Yeah, I'm thinking we should probably try to do the StreamYard thing. Yeah, storms. I don't want to experience experience no storm, but I'm going to be praying for everyone who is, and that everybody gets through the storm safe and no losses of life, no real tragedies happening. Jackie says, I'm going to see if I can find a video explaining it. Girl, I'm 51, so not spring chicken. Okay, I would appreciate that, Jackie. You know I appreciate you so much. Oh, Rebecca's getting ready for the storm too. Oh my goodness. I'm you know what? Father, in the name of Jesus, I just lift everybody up. Everybody, whoever may be in the process of getting ready to experience a storm or uh dealing with these storms and stuff, that everybody gets through them safely, that you bring them through safely, Lord, and that everything that they need for survival and for everyday life stays intact. I just ask it in Jesus' name. And uh, Lord, just help your people because we need you. I'm just going to put that out there to him. Only he can help us. Yes. Wow. Debbie Sue too. Yeah, everybody just stay safe and be in a place where you can listen for instructions and updates, news updates, and make sure that you have everything you need, batteries, candles, water, food, everything that you need just in case you do have to be shut in. Oh, okay. Everybody is. Well, I'm not hearing anything down on my end, but just lifting up the US period is, what I can do from my heart, and just pray that everybody stays safe and we have no real deep strong tragedies. Thank you. Thank you, Miss. I don't know your name. So living full my gutless journey. Uh I don't remember getting your name. But if you could type it in the chat so I don't have to say your entire channel name. I could just say your name. I would appreciate that. Layla. Layla. I think that's what that said. Miss Layla, I've been seeing you and watching you. I really love your videos. I love what you're sharing and how you're also helping other people. I'm going to go ahead and share the topic, you guys. And I wrote down questions. Oh, let's see here. No, freeze, Maureen. Is anybody else frozen? Okay, so the topic that I wanted to talk about today is moving forward together. Since we have all come together, through watching our videos and, doing lives. I'm trying to be on everybody's live, but moving forward together, learning to embrace the now is the topic that I put up. But wow, I just want to ask you guys some questions today. Maureen is saying she doesn't have any internet. Oh, wow, Maureen. Me and Maureen have been going through some changes lately. Oh, she's back. Okay, great. I'm glad you're back, Maureen. So I was telling the team, the community, that we're talking about moving forward together and learning to embrace the now. So I wanted to know from you guys what that looks like for you, and living in the now and learning to embrace the now. What does that look like for you guys? And I'll share a bit about what it looks like for me. So Rebecca's saying we've already had caregivers for our family members cancel ahead of the storm. It's going to be a crazy time. but we will get through it, Rebecca. God's gonna see us through, and I'm saying us because even though I'm not physically there where you are, I am still with you in my heart, and I always will be. So, we just need to, all we could do is, stay in prayer and keep ourselves safe. Jackie said that's a good question. Okay, so does anybody want to answer the question first? If not, I'll go ahead and share, what embracing the now is for me, you know. And I don't know, I kind of think, I use the word embrace, but I kind of think maybe acceptance might be a better term, acceptance, but fearlessness, Maureen says, fearlessness. Yeah, just being fearless and going ahead and accepting. I kind of want to use the word accepting, and perhaps embracing is basically can be used interchangeably with accepting because you know, wherever we are in our lives right now, we're here. And it is so much profitable, so much more profitable, I believe, to be able to embrace and accept where we are, opposed to, dealing with and trying to be in what has already happened and what's back here. More Debbie Sue says it means not being perfect or polished, just being enough. Now I love that because that's real talk right there because we're human and that's what makes us great, that we're not, a picture perfect life or scenario. So Layla says embracing the now means to her to fully experiencing and appreciating the present moment without dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. That's absolutely it. Because how can we, how can we actually function in that? We can't be in the now if we're back here somewhere else and everything that's really important and present is happening right now. Jackie said, I can answer it. Moving forward just means focusing on today. My only goal is to get through today or maybe even an hour, depending on how much emotion behind that decision. Yeah, yeah. Just right now, today. Cheryl, where's Cheryl? Cheryl is here. Is that rebounding with Cheryl? Hi, Cheryl. Okay, so yeah, imperfection is perfection, especially in God's image. Absolutely. You guys on point today, and that's one of the reasons why I want to move forward with you all because you guys are strong. You guys are just great. You're accepting life, you're living life, you're sharing your life with others. And I just love it. I love being here. And that's what's going to make what my now is easier to share and easier to talk about. Yes. For example, Jackie says, I'm on sort of a health journey, and today's goal is just to at least do 15 minutes of chair exercise just so I can increase my flexibility and I have more time I could do more later. Yeah. Yeah, just something small, just a little bit at a time and exercise. Oh my God. If I could just really get my exercise going, But I am doing some stretches that I learned from physical therapy. Um, because now that I'm no longer in treatment, my osteoporosis and my back problems and the pain have come back. But I'm just stretching and moving as much as I can. Working from home, keeps me in this chair and in this room and in this space a lot. But I take breaks. I get up and I walk and I stretch. And that little dumbbell I had in the video the other day, I, will get around to actually using it. You can see I didn't know what the heck I was doing with it, but I'm getting there too. Thank you, Jackie, for sharing that because, just little steps at a time. We don't have to do everything all at once. Rebecca says focusing on the now means peace and clarity. Peace and clarity for her. Absolutely. Yeah, and Jackie said, me too. Yes. So the now for me right now is going ahead and accepting my feelings about where I am right now. And what I'm talking about is I have decided that I am no longer interested in becoming licensed. So I have a master's degree in social work and I'm license eligible. I did take the board exam once, and I didn't pass it. And then the cancer came, and the treatment came, and all of that stuff. And after I actually survived it, because I didn't know that I would if I was going to survive the cancer, but now that I have, so far as living with the ostomy now, I'm not interested in jumping through the hoop of taking the exam and sitting in a room for 4 hours trying to remember everything that I learned, a while back, and just dealing with that. And the job that I have now is better for me because I'm not like on site doing the individual therapy that I was doing and working with the incarcerated men and helping them and jumping on buses and getting them all rallied up to go to the beach so that we could have group at the beach or whatever it was that I was doing at that time. And I'm just not interested in jumping through those hoops. I'm interested in sharing this part of my journey and my life with other people and doing what I can to help them right now in the now. So at first I wanted to feel a little guilty about not wanting to be licensed anymore, but I'm embracing the fact that I don't want to, and I'm okay with that. And so that's where I am right now, just loving and being okay with where I am right now, living with the ostomy and being with other ostomates and meeting all of you guys. That's what's important to me right now. And being able to continue to do my crafts and make my candles and crochet and, do all the stuff that I'm doing and going and being in the stores in the malls. That's where I'm at. Okay, so you guys were talking and typing. So let me come back to the chat so I can see what you're saying. Um, Maureen says she's proud of me for making a strong decision after all of that schooling. Yes, I guess when it's said that it's a new season, someone wrote a song about it, and um, we are all in different seasons in our lives. And, we don't always have to stay in winter when it's now spring. It may be spring in your life. So um, it's a new season for me. And even with that new season, I rebranded, on something that I was doing before. So yeah, I'm embracing my new season and I'm loving it. Right. Thank you, Maureen, for being proud of me. That makes me feel good, and it makes me happy to know that you are proud of me. So Rebecca said, I switched to dancing instead of walking when it got cold. I look forward to my exercise now. Hey, now that's something I really love to do. I love to dance, and I think that salsa, I love the Celia Cruz taught me how to do salsa, and I just love that, and that's a good way to get exercise in. Yeah. So Maureen is asking Debbie Sue how she's feeling and is she ready for the storm? And you're welcome, Miss Layla. Yeah. Sometimes, just being real and being human and being honest is just enough. So, we just like Rebecca said, we just roll with it, and not trying to, kick up against the goal, as a biblical term, uh bumping up against the gold and, just rolling with life and accepting life on our terms and life's terms and, just moving in the now, living in the now, embracing the now. So yeah. Jackie say you look so cute lifting the weight. I was a girl. I was just trying to make an example, but I do have the weight because I do actually intend to use it. I just recently got it because now that I'm getting older, I got this going on right here that I really need to tighten up, just because I feel I need to, and it may give me some extra strength. Rebecca says she highly recommends it. Oh, so they're talking about the exercise. Yes, yes, we are enough where we are. Oh, yeah, there's rebounding with Cheryl. Oh, yeah, and Cheryl, I am working on my garage right now. Well, I'm, kind of pushing my husband to get some things done back there so that I can get my rebounder. That's something I really want to do after seeing your videos and seeing how it's not like a big to do, but it's something, that's healthy and good for your body. After seeing you, I was like, I got to get me a rebounder. So I need to put it back there in that garage so that I can go back there and do it because there's not enough space in the house. When certain things hit us or we go through, our priorities change. Yes, and we want peace. We absolutely want peace. Oh, and Jackie's ordered some stuff so she can learn how to crochet. That's so good. I have over the last couple days, I crocheted 5 washcloths that I put together with some soap, and I'm going to take them out to the market tomorrow, and so people will have an opportunity to pick them up if they like. But crocheting was something that really helped me during treatment, even though I learned how to crochet when I was 12, but I never did anything with it after that until I went into treatment, and I wasn't working, and I was trying to keep myself, not focusing so much on the pain and all the stuff I was going through. And I made blankets, I made all kinds of stuff. And so over the last couple of days, I jumped back on it. And crocheting is a really cool craft. Yes. Okay, so let's see. I came back sick from vacation, rebounded with Cheryl said, but still made time to do the 10-minute health bounce, which is why I'm feeling better today. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, as I kind of missed that you were gone. You were on vacation, you were gone, and I was thinking you were going to be rebounding while you were there, but you didn't. So I can't wait for those next rebounding videos because I'm going to need them when I get my rebounder. Yeah. So I have a question for you guys. Um we kind of talked about, some people have already mentioned, that letting go of, the past and stuff, that and letting go of things that we have no control over right now, you know. But what about today? What are we gonna let go of just on today? I have something for that because I let go of whatever needs to be submitted today will not be submitted today, but will be submitted first thing in the morning. And the reason why I'm not going to submit it today is because I need a few hours just to do some self care and to just relax and just be with myself and be in the moment. Being in the moment also and embracing the now is also about mindfulness, and how we can have a lot of racing thoughts, and we're thinking about this and we're thinking about that and we're trying to do this and that. Sometimes it's just good to, acknowledge those thoughts, but allow them to just pass by, and I don't want to think about writing a re-off today. I don't want to think about what I need to go and figure out to tell the county so that this guy or this woman can be in treatment. It could wait a few more hours or it could wait until the morning. I need to think about nothing but being in the moment right now today and not spinning my wheels about everything else. Yes. Okay, so Jackie says relaxing is why I want to learn, why she wants to learn the crocheting, not to really make anything, just relax. Yeah, it's going to start off like that, but in the course of relaxing, you're going to end up making some things, and you're not thinking about selling anything or making a particular thing, but after you done it in your relaxation and you see the result of how that craft helped you relax, you're going to end up making some things. And it's a really, really good thing to do, Jackie. And so I'm glad you're going to do it. And I hope to get to see you in the actual course of doing it. So that would be cool. Yeah. So let's see. Maureen says, "Good for you, Sandra. Bring your candles. Wish I could crochet, but my vision, even with glasses, is a bit difficult. Tell me about it. I just got new glasses probably about 3 or 4 months ago, and I still, feel like I need an upgrade already. But the vision is also a part of just aging. We're aging gracefully, but yeah, um, I hate that when I'm trying to do a video or even in this live right now, the light reflects in my glasses, and it makes it even sometimes difficult to see too. And I'm just like, ooh, but we're here. We're in the now. I'm in the now right now. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying you guys. I'm so glad that, everybody is here and being a part of this community. And um, I'm just loving this space. But can we talk about stigma a little bit? Um, Disclosure and stigma is something that I wrote down, for a question. And so my question is, do you think you could share something deeply personal without being afraid, and afraid of whoever you're sharing that with, not being afraid of their reaction, today opposed to yesterday? So, or in the past, maybe you were, you know, um, uncomfortable about disclosing something personal back then, but do you still have that same uncomfortability, if that's a real word, to today in the now? Or, because of stigma or because of being uncomfortable about a person's reaction. And I thought that that would be a good question to ask you because, and the reason why is because sometimes I wonder if others are thinking or feeling the same as I am or having the same kind of questions or thoughts that I'm having. So I'm wondering um, if disclosure in sharing something personal with someone else is uncomfortable still today as it might have been before. Yes, and yes, Rebecca, self-care. I'm gonna do that today. And I did a lot of stuff yesterday, so I won't be talking about I have to leave the live because I gotta go to work like when I did it the first time. So I've, done all I'm gonna do for for the job yesterday. So for me, disclosure and I don't know if it was really because of stigma, but more about shame. Somehow, um, I never had a problem with once I got my colostomy, I didn't really have a problem with telling people that I have it. But what I struggled with when I got diagnosed with colorectal cancer, specifically rectal cancer, I felt some shame around disclosing what type of cancer I had. So, people were saying, "Oh, wow, you have cancer." Well, what kind of cancer, are you experiencing? What kind of cancer do you have? And I struggled with saying rectal that it was in my rectum. And there was some sort of shame around it and I'm not really trying to figure out why I felt that shame at that time, but that's how I was feeling and I was like, "Oh my god. I don't want to talk about that is in my butt." That was just like, "Ooh, some sort of, people have gotten breast cancer, um, colon cancer, or uh, cancerous in the uterus. Um, but I don't know, something about being just having to say that it was in my rectum, it felt shameful to me. So I don't know, maybe somebody can speak to that. But today I can say it and is I don't feel any shame around it and that's where it was and it's no longer there and I'm grateful for that, you know. So Cheryl is sharing that she had a brother who told her to never write that book. Her upbringing was not good and she haven't shared much about it. So did your brother tell you why not to write the book or not to, why he felt that not to share it? Did he tell you why? And how has that impacted you, today? Rebecca says, I find it hard to share personal things, but I envy those who can. And rebounding with Cheryl says, write that book. I'm wondering, um, she says she's written one book, but not about certain things, and I guess also there's a time and a place for disclosure too. So I want to normalize it too, because just because you haven't come to the place where there's something you want to disclose or something that may even need to be disclosed, it's still, disclosure is choice, is self-determination, and you really have to be at peace with what you're disclosing and when you're disclosing it and who you're disclosing it to. So let's normalize that as well. So yeah. Um, Rebecca said that she envied those who can disclose. Well, I guess looking at the reason what your why is for not. And because, and there are some things in our lives that maybe never need to be disclosed or shared with others. So I guess it would be more about why you're not doing it or why you don't want to do it or why you're uncomfortable about not doing it. And if it's really something you feel that's significant to even share, and how is sharing that going to benefit someone else? I guess it's something that we could also look at. Yeah. So, but yeah, one of the reasons that I came to YouTube, since we're on the topic of, writing a book, I came to YouTube because I was on chapter 2 of writing my colorectal cancer journey. But I thought about that, what it takes to write a book, because I've written a book before and I've ghostwritten for several other people. But I thought about, come to YouTube and tell your story opposed to writing the book and spending the money that it costs to publish a book, even though I'm still connected to my publisher and I've written for that publisher for other people. But, the editing and all the time it takes when this cancer journey that I experienced happened now. And I thought about, while I was in treatment and going through that, I wasn't trying to run to Barnes and Nobles to get a book about uh, trying to understand colorectal cancer. I saw videos. I was looking at videos. I was sitting there crocheting and looking at videos where people were sharing their journeys with cancer, their journeys with living with the ileostomies and colostomy bags and urostomy, all of that. And I was like, I needed that information now. You know, I'm not running down, I'm sick. I'm not running down to Barnes and Noble to get a book or even Googling on Amazon to find a book about colorectal cancer when there are real live people sharing their journeys on YouTube every day. And so that was the inspiration for me coming to YouTube opposed to writing that book. And so I'm so glad I did, because sometimes we need one another immediately, and people don't have time for me for my book to come out. So that's why I did that. Rebounding with Cheryl. Cheryl said, can I share the title of my book? Of course. And Rebecca's telling her, please do. And I want to know too. Yeah. Some things, yeah, Rebecca, some things just don't need to be disclosed. But how will sharing benefit others is a good question. Yeah, and that's something to think about, because we don't want to just be willy-nilly sharing stuff. We want to share because, you know, sharing helps us heal, so it helps us. But how is that sharing and disclosing going to break stigmas and also benefit the hearer, the person that you're disclosing with, you know. So in that first book I wrote like almost 10 years ago, I shared a lot of stuff about what I was going through in that period of my life. And I'm glad I shared it. And those books are still being sold even today. And I thought about that as well. If I could talk about the stuff that was going on in my life back then and put that in the public's view where people could actually read this book, then my journey with cancer should even be easier, you know, or being able to talk about that the cancer was in my rectum. But you know, we're at different places and at different times, and that's why I thought talking about embracing the now is important. Yeah, so thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl, you are such an inspiration. And Cheryl is a woman of a particular age, too. And when I looked and saw her on that rebound, and I was just like, girl, you know, you need to get it together. I was telling myself, you need to get it together. And this is something you can do, you know, at your age. I'm not as old as I sometimes feel and as, you know, I sometimes think. Hearing real life experiences are so educational for me. I agree, Layla says. And Layla is doing the same. She's sharing her bag changes and her ostomy journey right there live in front of people. And that is so much more helpful than, you know, maybe books are good too, you know, and it's something that we could use for following up and, you know, maybe learning more intricate things about living with an ostomy or living with a chronic illness or living with a aging relative or whatever it is, you know. But I believe that just being able to step up front and help someone else and share that information through the YouTube channel it was better for me, you know, and I'm really glad. And you guys are the evidence as well that it was better for me because all of you are here with me right now. And I so appreciate that. I feel so good about the decisions that I made, you know, since having the ostomy. Yeah. And you know, living with the day-to-day stuff that I have to live with that. Cheryl says it's called Triumph Over Tragedy, my journey of healing after my daughter's murder. Wow. Wow. I am so sorry that that happened. And I can see how deep and how difficult that may be to talk about, you know. But Cheryl, I'm going to tell you what I think personally that if you get this book and you put this book out, I'm thinking that even writing the book is a source of healing for you. And yes, it would benefit someone else if you know, because like Rebecca and I were saying that, you know, is disclosing going to benefit someone else? I think sharing that would benefit someone else, but it's really your choice and how you really feel about it and what you want to do. And I don't think that that's, you know, someone can have an opinion, but I don't think that they should have the final say in whether or not you go forward. That's a really, really deep subject. That's a deep tragedy. It's I just can't even imagine what that pain was is like, you know. I have to take a breath on that. Goodness. Jackie's saying you can also disclose with discretion to other people. For example, I talk about in my videos and some other things about growing up as a shadow and nobody sees me, but I still use discretion. Yes. And I do watch your videos, Jackie, and so I see that in your discretion. But you do give enough to us who are viewing your channels as you share, your relationship with God and bring God into our lives. When you do that, you do use discretion and you do use discernment, and this is really important to do so. So it disclosing doesn't necessarily mean just you know throwing out everything and laying out, I would say butt naked to share with someone, but using that discretion, but also using that share to heal yourself and to be a benefit to someone else. Um, yeah, I guess that was a really good question, and you guys resonate with it. So, yeah, video is king with reach. Yes. Yeah, because, reading books and books will always be important, and I'm hoping books will always be there, but people need to hear something right now, and YouTube and videos and doing lives is a good way to do that, because sometimes we just need something right here right now, you know. So Jackie says that my writing talks about healing from the inside out, but it's a supplement to my videos. It allows you to spend one-on-one, which is you and God. Yes, yes. And Jackie, I'm gonna tell you that the 30-day, the 30-day journey that I got from you, girl, I wasn't doing it like uh only do this part for today and then the next day I I ate it up, and then, I moved back and forth with it, so I didn't, use it like a 30-day plan. I was reading and I, went to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, and then I went back to the first thing, and it helped me, and it helps me that way, so, but it's a very good thing to have, and I'm glad that in each of your videos make it available to others, like you made it available to me, and I'm so glad that I got it. So yes, sure, only by the grace of God that she's alive, and that's really for all of us. It's by the grace of God that we are here, and that we are in the now, and that we are embracing our now moment, you know, whatever that is for each of us. So, Rebounding Cheryl says, sending you a hug. Rebecca's saying too, rebounding. Why I keep saying rebounding with Cheryl? Saying to Cheryl, right? Sending you a hug from one mom to another. I hope that writing your book was helpful and healing. I hope so too. I hope so too. And um, if I may, I would like to read it, if that's okay. I would like to read it. And there's another thing. We also heal from the journeys of other people. It may not be something that we're specifically experiencing, but Layla's journey heals my journey, and Rebecca's journey heals my journey, and my journey heals Rebecca's journey, and Maureen's journey, and all of us together, all of our lives mesh and blend and heal one to another, I believe. So it's just a beautiful, I'm on a beautiful journey right now in my life. And some of the things that were important to me 10 years ago, 5 years ago, are just not important to me anymore. And what's happening right now in my life is what's important, you know. Even the day-to-day uh living with the ostomy, and just the little minute challenges in the daily routine as well. you know uh Still trying to figure out how to eat, and how to hydrate, how to stay hydrated. That's a video that's gonna come up soon too, about the hydration in my life, and how that affects my well-being, and how that affects me, my functioning, my life, everyday functioning. So I told you guys I had some questions for y'all today. Last week, I was we did the last time we were on live, we did the Q&A, and I was sort of answering questions about what was going on with me. But today I have questions for you all. So preparedness, preparedness as a peace of mind, I have wrote down right here. Can you guys discuss how being prepared allows for embracing the now without fear? Um, this storm that you all are facing is, I guess, could fit in that category of preparedness. For me and Layla, we, making sure that we have a travel bag or an emergency bag prepared all the time with all the things that we need for an emergency with the ostomy, or like the emergency I had in the car the other day. Um, how are you guys preparing for emergencies, the storm, and other things that are happening or that could be happening in your life right now? The difference, and let's see if we can answer what the difference is between being proactive in our preparedness opposed to reactive, if that makes sense. For us, Layla and I, and that bag change thing in the car the other day, it was interesting that I thought to film it, because there was and the reason why I was able to think to get a video of it is because I was in a sense of calm, because I knew that, oh, okay, so my bag is filling up rapidly right now, and I'm not going to be able to, hold it until I get home. So everything was right there for me to do that partial bag change. And so I was prepared. So being prepared made me feel calm, and I didn't panic. I just pulled over and parked in the parking lot of a park, and I was able to do it, with peace and calm. So being prepared, and there are things in life too, you guys, that we're just not no matter how much we prepare, we're just not gonna be on point all the time, but for as much as we possibly can, being prepared, how that helps us to function without panic and be able to make right and sound decisions in the case of an emergency. Jackie says it's okay. It's meant as a tool. It's okay to read other days. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because and jumping back over here, that devotional, I call it a devotional. It's not just for 30 days, it's for a lifetime. I find that it's something that I can use and go back and forth into. And every time I do it, I get something fresh, I get something new. So it's, not just the 30 days, it's a lifetime devotional for me, so I'm all over it and in and out of it. And, you know, uh sometimes I start in the back and, just navigate through it however I want to and however I feel that is profitable for me at that time. Uh, yes, I posted. Are you asking me if I posted the title? No, I posted the title. If you mean the title for this live in this video, the topic that we're having today, yes. But if you mean, did I post the title of your devotional? No. So I'm not really clear on your question, Jackie. So preparedness. Are you guys prepared? I think about when I was talking to my husband about doing this live, and um, I asked him about the 5 Ps, and he was saying that proper planning prevents poor performance. And that was something that we used to share with our clients when we were working, both of us working inside the facility where we served. He served in that facility for, I think it was 23 years, and I'm still with them. I'm just remote now and from another area. But we used to talk to the clients about uh, proper planning and how that prevents poor performance. And proper planning also prevents panic. It prevents not being able to make sound decisions. And so, that's why I asked that question. And since we were talking about storms earlier, I think that was a good connect to preparedness and being prepared. But that's okay. I have other questions. Yeah. Um, yeah, let me see. Okay. Let's see. I've been through the chat. I'm doing pretty good because I didn't even put the chat on slow mode this time. I, I just left that alone. Um, let's see. So we talked about the emergency kits. Um, let me ask this question. What is the single most informative thing that you guys have learned on Living It with Sandra James, my channel, that you wish everyone knew about ostomy life? So what have you guys learned since hanging out with me and being on my channel and watching my videos? What have you learned that you wish a new ostomate or someone else knew about ostomy life? That's a good question, huh? So Rebecca said, it's hard to be prepared for everything. Yes, Rebecca, it is. And we're not gonna, no matter how much we prepare for things, we're not gonna get it right every time. And that's because we're human and we can't foresee everything that's going to happen along the way. But what we can do is try to keep ourselves in a place where whatever comes our way, that it doesn't spiral us off into a panic, and that we are able to approach whatever that thing is effectively. But so she says, but the more information we have ahead of time, the better prepared we can be. Absolutely, you know, because sometimes being prepared is being informed, you know. We can't really um, deal with something that we don't know anything about, right? So Jackie said, keep a full tank just in case you have to leave your home, or stocking up and can can and dry foods. Yeah. Yeah. That that's definitely, a full tank of gas. And I'm serious about that full tank of gas too, because when my tank gets to the halfway mark, I'm telling my husband I'm out of gas, because I want my tank to be full at all times. We never know where we may have to travel, or what we may have to do, and not being able to move, that's unacceptable to me. So Layla says, I've learned from watching your channel to move with intention. Okay. Yeah. And even there's a lot of times we can be unintentional, but moving with intention, even, as a matter of fact, I made this candle, right? And it says hand poured, hand poured with intention. I was very intentional about what I wanted it to smell like, what vibe I wanted to give off with it, and what and how I wanted it to benefit someone else. So moving with intention. Thank you. That's really good. That's really good that you see me that way. So that's really good. That makes me smile. Thank you. Yeah. So anything else? Okay, here we go. We got some more stuff coming in the chat. I hope people remember that my friend, this is Debbie Sue talking. My friend isn't defined by rectal cancer or a colostomy bag. She's defined by her strength, her humor, her kindness, and the life she continues to live with such courage. Thank you, Debbie Sue. Yeah. And I feel the same way about you guys, because even off camera, or in our personal chats, some of us talk on the side, like me and Maureen talked on the phone. Hopefully we're going to have a phone call today too, and we talked about things, and the courage that you guys show, the courage that Jackie has when she gets on there and shares about the love of God, and shares the gospel with people, because there are some people in this world who don't want to hear that. I even remember when I didn't want to hear about God, and I wrote about it in that book that I wrote 9-10 years ago. um the courage and the intention and all of the things that you guys bring to my life. I feel the same way about you guys. Debbie Sue, oh my God, again, I'm going to say it one more time. If you have not been on her channel, you need to get there because her, she has this natural God-given ability to tell stories and to write. The things that she's writing is so poetic, and they make you just want to lay down and put a comforter on, and just relax in what she's giving off. Is just so beautiful. I, you know, you don't have to have been with a person physically to love them. You know, I have gotten so much love and embrace from you all that in my life is just so warm and so beautiful and so peaceful. So thank you, Debbie Sue, for saying that of me. And I want to reflect that back onto all of you because I get that same thing from you all. Yes. Yes. I got to get the read Cheryl's book. And I know, I don't know because I don't know. I'm just going to, be blessed to have an opportunity to read it. And I'm going to leave it there. Yes, Debbie Sue, it's real, and all of the people that Maureen, because Maureen introduced me to a few of you too. All of the people that Maureen has brought into my life, I'm always, even when I'm working, I'm looking at my phone because I want to see, if another video is coming. Paula's not here, but Paula, wow, even she has these dishwashing videos where she's talking to us while she's washing dishes. I don't see anything more authentic than that. Just everyday life. I love you guys. I truly love you guys. And I appreciate you all so much for being in my life. Before I go on to something else, I just want to ask one more time if there's anything else. Oh, well, let me ask this instead. What would you guys like to have me bring to our table moving forward? You know, so and I also think that moving forward should have been at the end of the title instead of in the beginning because we're mostly talking about right now. But what would you guys like for me to talk about if I possibly can, moving forward, together, because I hope that we will be together going forward for a very, very long time. So, yeah, that's one thing I would like to know. And then I just have a couple more things. I don't want to wear you guys out, I don't want to, go crazy because I could talk forever. I could talk forever. I could be with you guys forever. And that's another reason why I don't, some of the things that I wanted, well, maybe I should be doing, I don't want to do because I just want to be in these beautiful moments with you all. Layla said, I would like to see your daily routine with an ostomy. So how exactly would I do that, so far as filming it, because like some people do videos about it, but they're doing they're taking you in their car and they're going to the grocery store because that's part of their routine is to go to the grocery store once a week to pick up dog food maybe, or you know or uh, they're changing their bags. I do the bag change, but how I eat, and I guess you mean, so if I get up in the morning and I'm trying to get a picture of what exactly that routine would look like. I get up in the morning. It used to be get up and get my dog out to go potty, and then having my coffee, and just getting having my oatmeal or whatever it is that I'm gonna have. So no, I haven't done any videos of the physical routine, but I will try to do that, and incorporate that bag change. Sometimes I have held a bag change back so that I could film it, so that someone would be able to see how I do that. But I ain't gonna lie, my eating habits is, I'm getting there, but they're still poor, because I don't cook. Cooking is like a something I never liked to do in the first place. I never was interested in. And so I'm not a good cook. I haven't really learned to cook, but only during the time when I had cared for someone else's kids that I did cook. But I eat really, I used to eat, I'm gonna say I used to eat really crappy, but I did get a meal plan. So maybe I can walk through at least a day where I followed the meal plan for that day, and uh, the things that I had to do while working, and how I incorporate working from home, and providing for myself, and doing the other things that need to be done throughout the day. I'll do my best to try to film that for you and for whoever else who might be interested in that. Um, Talk about how family and friends can support you with your journey. Okay. Um, I can do that. Um, my family and my really close friends, now that they see me as healed, they they call me sometime, but they not coming over here like they was when I first came home from the hospital, and they're not over here making cream of wheat like they were in the beginning. And my best friend is not bringing popsicles anymore and stuff. She's like, "Girl, I gotta go to work. I don't have time to come over there. You can fend for yourself. You okay now?" And stuff like that. But yeah, I could talk about that. But during my treatment, they were absolutely there and supportive, especially when I went through the part about the suicide ideation that I had when going through radiation. And so they were very supportive, and right there, not having that type of thing coming from me, because I was really on the fence, and so they were there to get me off the fence during that time. So yeah, I could do in the future do some video about that. Cheryl says maybe share some funny stories. Oh, I got some of them. My brother, before he passed, had to change his bag in a s- in a skid can. What is that? What is a skid can? Tell me what that is, Cheryl. I would love to see that. Okay, okay, I'm gonna do my best. Rebecca said, agree. Funny stories would be fun to hear. Okay, I have some funny stories. One in which it wasn't so funny at the time it was happening, but when I was learning about, and I'm still learning about, when I'm going to actually have output. But I'll share a story at some other time about how I was changing my bag, and it went everywhere, and the whole ceiling and walls in the bathroom had to be washed. My husband thought it was hilarious too, but it's funny now, but it wasn't at the time. Um, let's see. Thank you, Rebecca. I really do love you guys. I really do. A porta potty. I don't know how to spell it. Oh, okay. So, her brother had to change his bag in a porta potty. Okay, now that's something practical that, could happen for me, or, I would probably have to experience if I was to continue doing, some of the, what they call pop-up markets that I used to do, before I was diagnosed. And, some places where me and my friend had went, sometimes we were, doing 3-day events and stuff, and porta potties were, uh, what we had to use in some of the places where we went. And if I was still doing outdoor markets, which I do not, I do not want to do anymore, and I physically cannot do anymore, that would have been a thing that I would have had to do with my colostomy bag. I would have had to change my bag in a porta potty. And if you don't get that porta potty early in the morning, or when when they're first cleaned, I'm here to tell you that that's not something that you wanna have to do. Even though if we had to do it, we would do it. Surely, Layla would, agree with me on that. But yeah, I'm not doing any outdoor markets anymore, and that doesn't mean that I won't end up in a porta potty because, family events come up, having a all day barbecue in the park, and sometimes they'll set up the porta potties for that. I would have to change my bag in there. I would totally dread that, but I would do it if I had to. Um, she said, "I agree. If I had to, yeah, because we wouldn't have a choice." You know, um, as a matter of fact, thinking back to when I flew to Florida for the ostomy conference with the UOAA, and Layla, um, there's going to be an ostomy conference in Las Vegas. We'll be staying at the Westgate 2027. I don't know if you ever experienced ostomy conference before, but I had my first one in the last one they just had. I think it was 2025. I think it was August. If you've never done that before, uh, you should come to it, and we can physically meet up. That would be so great. And talking about fun, um, it is so much fun. But while I was on that plane, I was so glad that I did not need to have a bag change while during the flight, because that little space is so small. And then you got people outside waiting to come in after you. You know, it just would not have been practical for me to change. I would have done it if I had to, but it probably would have been a little difficult in that little bitty crunchy space to do it. And then the thought of someone else having to go to the bathroom and waiting for me to come out. That's woo. But the porta potty, of course, we would use it if we had to, and probably something that would happen in the course of changing that bag while we're in there would maybe actually be funny. Maybe not at the time that it's happening, but reflecting back on it, it might be funny. Cheryl said my brother was always washing clothes at the laundry mat because he didn't have a washer and dryer. Yeah, and with the a lot of times I take a change of clothes with me. And I don't think I ever, when I did that video with that cute little bag that I had, I was packing the travel bag. I didn't talk about a change of clothing, but having a change of clothing is something too, um, to have in any being prepared in any travel bag or uh, in your car or something, because accidents can happen. I don't care how savvy we are with the bag change, and we got our trash bag, and we're doing it. We're showing you guys on camera, but sometimes we have accidents. Layla talked about an accident she had. When one day when she had on a skirt, and I think the Velcro or something from her bag had snagged her skirt or something. Anyway, she ended up spilling everything, and she was on her way to in an interview or something, and she really, was trying to decide, do I clean this up or do I go because I'm going to be late? Yes, I remember that video, even though I don't remember all of the specifics. Um, yes, I did have support. I'm happy about that too. But I had it at that time. I wish that they would come. I've been asking for somebody to make me macaroni salad for months. Nobody has made it for me yet. Or just to come over and sit with me. It's been a while since they've done that, but a lot of that is attributed to, my job, because I'm working from home. So I forgive them, but I really miss having them around like every day, like they were when I first came home. I haven't, but I definitely want to go. I hope to see you there. Yes, girl, we need to go do that. I'm telling you, go back and look at that video I did uh about finding community. A lot of people didn't find that video interesting, I think. But go look at it, is because at the end of that video, I share where we had the last night and the party that we had. Excuse me. Um, we we was on the dance floor, and everybody in that room, if having an ostomy made a person sick or made a person have some sort of inability, you would find out from that piece of video and that time we had, that is absolutely not true. We were getting our groove on and having fun and hugging and sharing. It was like we all knew each other and we had been friends from college or something for the past 50 years or whatever it was. It was great. So that's something, maybe we could even do it and go together. What do you think about that? Yeah. Yeah, that accident, I was like, okay. And so, sometimes those accidents, they're not they're not funny at the time, but we can find humor in them. But I have some other funny stories too that I will share. Kendi K, Kendi K all day. She is a woman of a particular age. Hi, Kendi K. Welcome, welcome. Wow. This is so good to see you here. Kendi K, she be cooking some good food, y'all, too. I'm very new to her channel. I'm new to most of everybody's channel, but I'll be looking forward to those lives. I'll be looking forward to those videos. I'm looking forward to one day I'm gonna see Auntie uh, in here too. Because you guys have been awesome contributors to my life. Even though my life is having the ostomy, it's not just about the ostomy. It's about living every day and living full every day, and you guys have definitely contributed to my life in that way. So thank you for being here, Kendi K all day. I even love Kendi K all day. I love that. I love the tag. you know there's Everybody got some good tags too. Okay, let's do it. We'll do it. Yeah. So Cheryl says, I can't remember how I reached you about candles. Um, I was talking about doing setting up the Shopify, but now I'm on the fence about whether or not I really want to do it. But with the candles, you could just send an email me. I'll put my email back up here again, and we can do it from there. I used to have a website, but after they tried to do a shenanigan with my money, I shut that down. So here, let me put it in the chat for you. Oh, Lord. And you can reach out to me that way if I can get it in here. Okay, Miss Lady, livingitcommunity@gmail.com. You can email me there and you could get your candles. I'm on the fence about Shopify now because I just have so many different things going on that I don't know if I can manage everything. Doing the YouTube channel, managing 2 jobs, um, having products in the mall, in a store in the mall, and then now we're doing pop-ups inside the mall too. So I may not be able to do all of that. But I always, if someone reaches out to me and they want to get some candles or a body spray or whatever it is, soap, whatever I'm making, I just make it available to them and we work out, you know, the the exchange in on a personal or private form, like an email or a DM or something like that. Thank you, Kendi K. For that. Jackie, I think it was Jackie that had mentioned my space back here. I'm in oh no, it was you, Kendi K. I'm in my little, this is my office. My husband has a whole bedroom for an office, but this is my little space. It was a breakfast nook when we moved in here. It was a breakfast nook, but because I work from home, I needed to have a space to work. And then YouTube came along, and so I tried to spruce it up a little bit so I could have a nice little background. I learned on YouTube how to use fake backgrounds, but I found that that's not as good as, just having your own natural background. Because if you move around too much with those fake ones, then it look like you're, what those backgrounds look like when we're doing Zoom meetings. And I didn't want that. But thank you. Yes, this is where I sit and do everything all day when I'm not out, going for a walk, or I'm not sitting out on my front porch having some tea or something. I'm in this room a lot, and I'm working on getting that garage together so that I could have my rebounder back there, and then maybe I could create a larger space for doing the lives and YouTube videos or whatever else I want to do, candle making and stuff back there. But I always feel like I need more space. Yeah, yeah, natural is better, and it's your real background, so you don't have to worry about um all the stuff that happens. It make your video look crazy when you're like in Zoom meetings. So yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I am. So you came in the latter part of this video. So, but we were talking about moving forward and moving forward together and learning to embrace the now and what we're doing right now and how we're living right now in this moment. And are we embracing it? And are we content with embracing our now? So that's what we were talking about. And now I wanted to ask the question of, so what does moving forward together looks like for you all and for us as a community? What does that look like for us going forward, moving forward? Yeah. So it's really been a pleasure to be here with you guys. Kendi K, I hope you look like you've been absent for a little bit, because I haven't got no pop-ups saying that you were live. So I hope that you have something coming up soon. Yeah. Yeah. Yesterday it rained a little bit too, Kendi K. So, but now the sun is out today. This is California here. Who can know what the weather is gonna do? But tea is always good. Maureen talked about, she told me yesterday that she had made some stew in her mind. So, and I was telling her that stew would have been perfect for yesterday because of what the weather was like and how cold and rainy it was. So Kitty K said, watching your videos helped me understand that one of my former supervisors probably had an ostomy. Yeah. How so? Did she never disclosed that? We were talking about disclosure earlier too. She never disclosed that she had an ostomy with you. And you're saying, I think you're saying that it helped you understand that they probably had it. So if you said probably, it means that maybe you didn't know for sure. So if you can expound on that, I really would like to hear that. Oh yeah, okay, Layla, because I was wondering about that. I was like, has she ever gone live and I just didn't see it? So please go live and I would definitely join you and be present with you while you're doing it. I think you're awesome, and I was wondering, if we were ever going to actually have a conversation. And so I'm glad that you're here today, because now we may even be at in Las Vegas at the Westgate, maybe even sharing a room, sharing a space. So we'll have to talk more about that. I'm so excited and so happy that you came and that we're gonna move forward together. Yeah, I work. Kendi K saying, yeah, I work still full. I work full time as well. So it has been a tiring week. So you will always see more of me on the weekends starting on Fridays. Okay. So now I have a greater understanding of when to expect you. And I'm looking forward to that. It was a guy. He didn't disclose it to me, but one time he had to leave in a hurry. Yeah, because sometimes we we have to leave in a hurry, or like an example, tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday I will be in the mall doing a 2-day event. But this event is not in the store where my actual products are. So we'll be like in the walkways of the mall. And because it's from 11 to 7, that's like all day and part of tomorrow to me. At some point, my bag is going to fill up and I'm going to have to get moving to a space where I can change my bag. And I'm already mapping out in my mind how I'm going to do it. And I got a park. I have one of those handicap placards. So I have a parking spot. And depending on how their restrooms are set up, I may be able to do a bag change in that restroom. But if not, I will be changing my bag in my car, and I will be parked close enough to where I can leave my products on the table and go and do my bag change. But that is one of the things that can sometimes happen. We have to, we have to be on top of it. And especially when you haven't, like, I've only had my bag 10 months. So I still don't have a regular uh, routine, a predictable routine of when I'm gonna, have output. So yeah, sometimes we have to leave in a hurry. And that's okay. Just long as we get it done and that, we're able to, sorry about that, we're able to take care of ourselves when we're out and about. So just things now make complete sense. Yeah, around his midsection and such. He probably had an ostomy, ileostomy or a colostomy, um, and he just didn't share it. And a lot of people don't, and it's a lot of different reasons for that. And that's why Layla and I do videos about different things. But we want to encourage people and you know, educate people on what it's like for us and what it's like, you know, living with us, through that. I don't want to I want to disclose. I don't have to disclose every single moment or every single thing, but I'm okay with people knowing, that I have an ostomy and I wear it inside my clothing and I wear it outside my clothing and I'm just there. Kendi says that I have a premiere at 2:15 EST and shop talk right after at 2:30 p.m. And that's okay. Okay. So I get to catch it. Yeah. He knew he had some health. He knew health. What's he knew he had some health challenges though. Yeah. So yeah, we have them and we just have to decide how we're going to function in the now with them, and so how are we going to move forward? What's it going to look like? Or should we just stay in the flow like we are and just be our best selves one to another and just move on forward? I'm feeling good about that because we can't really predict, what's going to happen. We can prepare, we can plan, we can, schedule, and we can do things like that. But, moving forward is just, being able to stay in the now as we do it, because tomorrow's not promised, but today is already here. So we can just work with that. And so you guys, I love you guys so much. Um, my stomach is starting to growl. So I'm getting hungry. And I think that we should maybe wrap up. But let's spend this um last couple minutes, you know, um, saying some wonderful things to one another and encouraging one another. Um, Jackie, I really, really appreciate you so much. Rebecca, I'm sad that Local Mike wasn't here today, but he'll catch the replay. Kendi K, coming into my life and sharing information and teaching on YouTube and talking about the shorts and how they benefit, how they don't benefit, just all the different things that you share. Rebounding with Cheryl, um, exercise and staying healthy. Maureen, I see Maureen as a person that brings people together. Maureen is the person who brought me to most of you all. And I'm so grateful to her for that. Um, she said, Kitty K said he was a great guy to work with. Thank you, and I will see you later on in your live today. So I look forward to that. Shirley saying, take care, everyone. Um, Kendi K, hi, Jackie, Rebecca, hi, Mike, wherever you are, and Maureen. Oh, yeah. And Debbie Sue, Debbie Sue, much love to you. Uh, Good job in your healing process. Continue to take it slow. Debbie Sue gets stuff done, even though she's doing it in her own uh, process. She does a little bit at a time, but she's still bringing us blessings every day. And I appreciate that so, so much. Okay, Layla, I look forward to your upcoming videos too. And we're going to talk about the conference because I really want to give you a hug and be next to you and take some pictures with you and laugh and talk with you. So I'm looking forward to that. Debbie Sue, Kendi K says, Debbie Sue put out a new story today, right? I saw a notification, Debbie Sue. Yeah, there may be a notification. I can't see it right this moment, but um, oh, she has some really good stories. I love them. I always want to get a comforter and wrap up in it and have some tea or some hot chocolate when she's her videos come up. They're so warm and so good. But I love you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end right now. I send my blessings to you all. I'm looking for everybody uh video. Hopefully I can catch Auntie today. She wasn't here, but in the course of time, she will someday show up here, and we can all move forward together. And again, I love you guys and thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to doing a live again with you guys soon. In the meantime, take care. And as Maureen would say, make some memories. See you guys later.